Hello, I'm Amara Jones, and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief. Here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. Congratulations to the 50,000 people that successfully ran the New York City Marathon yesterday, but you won't see me doing so because the first person to do so way back in 490 BC collapsed and died at the end of the 26.2 miles. So I'm very much content to watch it very much alive from the comfort of my couch. The first number up today is 46, as in 46%. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, that's the percent of Americans that prefer Republicans in the run-up to tomorrow's election. But that's only 1% above the 45% who prefer Democrats. And so the question is why all these pundits were on all the Sunday talk shows yesterday talking about the fact that Republicans are poised to make really big gains in the House of Representatives and possibly capture control of the Senate. And it's because in a year like this year where things are so close, that 1% is really consequential. I mean, we could have thousands of votes, perhaps even hundreds out of millions of ballots that are going to be cast, decide who wins in key races. And it's essentially because both parties right now are really unpopular. I mean, yes, President Obama has a 50% disapproval rating, but so do the Republicans. They're at 50% in terms of the people who disapprove of them. So what we're essentially watching tomorrow is a Super Bowl match between two weak JV teams, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. The next number up today is 3, as in three-way. And no, not that type of three-way. We're talking about the three-way race for Senate in Louisiana between the incumbent Mary Landrieu and 2 Republican challengers. I guess 1 Republican wasn't enough, so they found 2, Bill Cassidy and Rob Maness. Now, Mary Landrieu is a Democrat in a Duck Dynasty state, which means that she's in danger. But so far, she's holding her own in this three-way race. But the problem is that Louisiana state law requires that she gets to 50%. And in order to do that, they have to have a runoff. Now, the reason why we care about any of this is that Louisiana's runoff isn't until December. And so we could go to bed tomorrow night with so many tight Senate races with it being evenly divided and all coming down to Louisiana. And so tomorrow night is going to be a nail-biting cliffhanger, to mix metaphors. So make sure that you have your popcorn and your bourbon because it's going to be a long night, maybe a month-long night. The next number up today is 13, as in 13 million. Now, that's the number of Rihanna's followers who cheered her return over the weekend to the social media platform. And according to Mashable, it was such an important event, an episode, that the head of Instagram took to Twitter, yep, his big competitor for the first time in 2 years, to tell everybody that everything is all right in Instagram land and that Riri is back. But it's no surprise because Instagram isn't Twitter with hundreds of millions of people creating a conversation, or isn't Facebook with the billions of people that are trying to keep track of their friends and family. It's essentially a visual spy media platform, social media platform, which means that it's really heavily dependent upon you wanting to follow the people that are on it in order to join. And Riri is one of the biggest. And so I don't know if this is actually going to change the way that Instagram is set up to make it easier for people on Instagram to follow each other and talk to each other. But as long as it's this hierarchical social media platform where we're just trying to find out what the latest person did, people like Riri are going to have all the power. So exercise that power, Riri. You earned it.